You ready?
Ready for what? Something that'll really hit the spot.
Always quick with a joke or to light up your smoke.
It's fun and educational.
Welcome to Coffee Talk, a joint production between 3WV and Higher Education. Welcome back. It's Coffee Talk, Higher Education, and 3WV joint production. This week, we are lucky enough, we're going to have KindPen on after the break to talk to us about all their amazing vaporizers. But for now, I just want to say hi. We got Seth here from Higher Education and Ashley from 3WV. I guess I messed that up, didn't I?
Hello.
Totally messed that shit up.
I don't hear it.
I have people here with me, but I forget they're here. How do I do that every week? I'm so sorry, guys. I really couldn't do this without them, and I love them so much, but I forget they're here. And now I'm just talking, and they're trying to talk, but I'm not letting them because
so
I have a microphone.
I
love this microphone in front of my face. It makes me feel special. So,
It's just when you needed a microphone. Because you weren't loud enough already. Amplify it, please.
How was your weekend, Ashley?
Pretty good. I watched an old movie this weekend.
Was it Dirty Dancing, Ashley D?
Is that the last movie that you've seen?
Oh, actually talking shit.
I like watching
She saw
old
that one
movies.
in the theater.
But
I love Patrick Swayze. I watched a movie too. You guys have mentioned it before. So I watched a really good movie. You might have heard of it. It's called Half Baked. Have you guys ever seen that?
Yeah,
Yes,
like
of
20
course.
years ago.
No,
Probably
no,
seen
it's
it
just
5
like
or 6 times, really.
no, it's this comedian named Dave Chappelle. He's really good.
Yeah, everybody knows Dave Chappelle.
It's really good.
Been around for a long time. You
He's
know
like
Dave
a really
Chappelle.
big deal. He's
Well,
a big
I
deal.
see why. He's
kind of
really
a
good.
big deal.
I
Maybe
found
it's because he was in Half Baked.
Probably. So I got the fully baked edition of Half Baked when I was at Goodwill the other day. I saw it, and you guys have mentioned it before, and I was like, dude, I got to get this.
Because this is one of those movies that every head shop employee should have watched.
So I
20
now
years ago.
I have. Oh,
Even though some of them are only like 20 years old.
I wasn't old enough to watch this kind of a movie back then.
I mean, I think that you're way older than me, and I've definitely seen this movie more than I can count on my hands.
Well, the truth be known,
So which type of stoner are you?
I might be back in my
The
day.
back of my day.
I did enjoy seeing all the famous personalities. There's Willie Nelson on there, and that was kind of fun watching him on there. And Snoop Dogg being the
Jon
dude who
Stewart.
had no weed, I guess, and always snuck up. He just seemed like a little slime ball. I have a few cousins like that. You know who you are.
Let me hit that thing.
What'd you say?
Let me hit that thing.
Oh yeah. Just I ain't even hit it yet.
Love that movie.
That was pretty good. I did like that. I did. The fine art of inhaling, So I thought this was great. And but I really didn't like one part. Well, maybe there was a couple parts. But the thing I really didn't like, do you know they killed a dog in that movie?
Oh, yeah.
And worst of all, it was a Rottweiler. And that's like sin. That's a fucking sin.
They kill Killer.
They kill Killer.
Yo.
It was a Rottweiler. And Rotties are like the most amazing and beautiful and perfect dogs in the whole world.
Aren't they the dogs that you have?
They are.
Yeah.
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 You might be a little biased.
No, it doesn't work that way. No. I have those dogs because they are the most perfect dogs. They are so. Oh my god,
They are sweet. They are sweet.
Just,
If you've ever been in their shop and seen them at Higher Education, then you know that.
oh my
sweet.
god, Higher Education might be really cool because of the dogs more than the people who work there. I think they were the first employees that people liked.
They're great mascots.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but they don't do very well wearing the hat. They seem to eat it off their head every time.
Yeah, they're
It's
not
just
fans of wearing the merchandise.
not good, but very, very good baristas. We call them bud tenders at the store. We call them bud tenders. They love it. They love it. Hera and Juno, the bud tenders of Higher Education. Interesting fact, turns out that Higher Education might have puppies visiting in a couple of months. Pretty exciting. Yay!
Okay.
Rowdy puppies at Higher Ed. Woo! And they won't be killed by any dumbasses like they did in Half Baked. Completely unacceptable.
Yeah, those guys would not be appropriate Roddy owners.
Inappropriate Rowdy owners.
Yeah.
I think this took a negative turn.
Is that right?
You're making it sad about the killing. It was a really funny movie, so.
You guys are supposed to talk back. Tell me how
You know what would make this podcast even better?
What's that? Podcast?
If we did it on weed.
I forgot about that guy. I've only seen it once, so I can only remember so much of it.
It's been a while since I've seen it, so I need to go back. You're making me want to maybe borrow it from you. Can I borrow it from you?
You can borrow it.
Oh, thanks. Oh,
I mean,
you're
let
giving
you
it to
have
me
that.
now.
Yeah.
Thanks, I'll
I have
take
it right here with me. Because,
Because she didn't want to forget she saw it. She has to bring the disc with her.
I had to have proof because
Proof,
everyone
'cause no
says
one's
that I
gonna
don't
believe
believe
you.
me that I'd watch a
Right.
movie like that. I watched a movie, and it wasn't a Disney movie.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen Pineapple Express and Half Baked now. So
So
you're,
what's the next one she has to watch?
You've seen Dazed and Confused, right?
No.
Oh
she
my
hasn't seen
God.
it. I know.
Stop.
I love that movie. That's one of my favorites.
That's
that
next.
one's so
You
good.
have to
Dazed
do-
and Confused.
Yeah.
All right. I
Yes.
got to take a note. We're going to put a note down that I have to watch Dazed and Confused. Did you have a pen? Note that down for me, please. Dazed and Confused. I'm going to, I'm a big thrift store shopper, so I'm going to take to the thrift stores to find myself a copy
You probably
of Dazed
will.
and
That's a very
Confused.
old one as well. So
Got like an old Matthew McConaughey in it.
Oh,
Or a young
well,
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, well, that
rather.
makes sense. That
it'd
makes
be
it
a lot
worthwhile.
cooler if you did.
That's right. He looks at the kid in the back seat. He's like, "You got a joint?" And he's a freshman in high school. The kid in the back seat. And he's like, "No." And he's like, "Be a whole lot cooler if you did." But it's Matthew McConaughey. So
Yeah,
it's
so
fucking cool.
it's sexy when he
Yeah.
does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a really young Ben Affleck in that movie.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's
yeah.
that douchebag.
Yeah. Man, see, now I need to see that again too.
Oh,
It's
that
been
one's so good.
Oh
All
yeah.
right. Well, we're going to have to definitely. What was the movie called again?
You know
Dazed
what?
and
I may be able
Confused
to let
like
you
you.
borrow that one. I'm pretty sure I do own that one. So.
Dazed and Confused. So we're gonna have to all watch that again for you two, and maybe for the first time for me. And then we'll talk about that in the future. And anybody who's listening, you should definitely, if you have any suggestions of fun stoner movies that we've missed out on or I've missed out on, feel free to leave a message. I don't know how you do that.
Oh my God, you were gonna get like a million different
I know.
movies that
So-
you haven't seen.
That's really
Every
cool.
Cheech and Chong.
Oh, I saw one of those, Up in Smoke. I saw Up in Smoke.
Okay.
I've seen that one.
Well,
I saw that one.
There's only like
She snorted.
12.
She snorted something off of a plate.
like
the
borax. or
the
Borax
something.
age, it was Ajax.
Ajax.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
just So we have someone who is going to talk to us today about vaporizers so that we don't have to use Billy Bob Thornton and any of those other kind of hookahs and water pipes. We'll be using vaporizers.
Billy Bob Thornton.
It was.
That was the name of the. That was.
Oh my Lord! You ain't seen that movie apparently, because I
It
learned
has
something.
been too long, apparently.
Ooh, it was Billy Bob Thornton. You couldn't use it until he got out of jail. So they had to put it aside. And I'm saying we can put it aside because we're going to have vaporizers. Because Brianna's coming on from KindPen and we're going to talk about vaporizers right here after the break at Coffee Talk Higher Education,
So
3WV, joint production.
I'm here to share my journey just for you. It all started out with the higher ed crew. Down on West Main, I was hanging with a friend when we saw the higher ed sign down around the bend. My boys, let's check it. It could be a banging shop. When we walked into the store, man, it made my jaw drop. There were tubes and hand pipes, rigs and more. They even have a water pipe as tall as the door. Gas masks, rollers, papers made of rice. Sure-ish dish, it was a smoker's paradise. My jaw dropped, my eyes popped. Boy, I was feeling. Then the friendly shopkeep said, yo, hey, how you feeling? I said, wow, this your shop. It's really, really great. I just stumbled in, yo, man. It must be fit. You got the packs, volcano, and even the kind. Man, you know the taste can be real hard to find. You got Roar, Pulsar, and Sheldon Black. Damn, you know I'm definitely coming back. This place is cool, dope, and really nice. That's why higher education is the smoker's paradise.
Now offering curbside pickup and shipping direct to your door. Higher Education, Charlottesville's CBD superstore since 2017, providing high-quality CBD and education about all its amazing benefits. Higher Education, because CBD is a lifestyle, not just a greener trend. Welcome back to Coffee Talk. We're back from our break. You notice anything different there?
No.
No? It's a lot of quiet.
Oh, it is quiet.
You know why, right? Because we're using a KindPen vaporizer on our last break. Brought to us by Brianna from KindPen in New Jersey. Thank you, Brianna, for coming on today and talking to us about your fabulous KindPens.
Hey guys, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here on Coffee Talk with you. Non-coffee talk today, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah, non-coffee talk today.
Yes,
so.
non-coffee talk.
Coffee decaf. So.
Yeah, there you go. Coffee light. So I've been using your pens for a long time, and higher education carries your pens. You know, other than some of the crazy ones that like the packs that it feels like you kind of have to have because you have to. Yours is the only one we carry because it's the only one that we felt like was high quality, reasonably priced, and has a fantastic warranty. How did you guys start?
So pretty much, I mean, I guess Aunt really is responsible for starting the company up about, I think it's been like 8 years now since really the beginning. And really, he originally started everything kind of more as a solution for, nicotine users. And the first few devices were more nicotine-based, like solutions for e-liquids. And then we kind of phased into the cannabis and the CBD industry because we felt like that was more of the direction we wanted to go as a brand. So I've been with the company for about 4 years, and I would say when I started was kind of the phase over. Like that was the beginning of the phase over from the nicotine products. I mean, it really was just kind of like the next step. So, like I said, we started out, I think the first device was like the Slim Oil kit, which we don't even make anymore, but it was really an e-liquid solution for nicotine users. And now we have I feel like 25 different products in the product line, and they're pretty much all for cannabis and CBD use, not really anything besides just one or two old school nicotine devices. So we're really happy about that. Phasing over into the, world of cannabis use. So.
That's awesome. I mean, I'll be honest, we've been carrying your product since the beginning of Higher Ed Charlottesville, and I don't think I even knew that there was, that's how you got started. I didn't know it was about nicotine. We've always carried your pens as CBD and legal herbal blends,
Right.
And of course we have your 510 cart pens and stuff like that, but I hadn't even considered the fact that you might have started that way. That's what a nice evolution for a company. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
technically, you've been around a little longer than us too, so
Yeah.
I guess
Makes sense. We didn't know.
yeah, caught each other at the right time.
When we came around and we were looking for a pen, KindPen was fantastic because you guys are in New Jersey, which isn't too far from where we are, and you have a warranty that's fabulous. I don't think anybody touches your warranty in the industry.
Well, yes, we do. We also have the lifetime warranty, which we've always had, but we kind of changed it. When did you guys find I met Aunt and started working with the company? So basically, we've always done the warranty. We've just done it in different ways. So, originally the warranty was through, I feel like an RMA process, and then it transferred over to an app, and now we've transferred to a completely new app that's totally in the 21st century, and you scan the QR codes in order to register the product instead of having to type something in. And then once that QR code is scanned, then that product is warranted for life. And it is the lifetime of the product itself. So there are a couple things that we no longer carry that are no longer covered under warranty, but usually we work something out in terms of that with a customer if they really, want that same old product that's no longer being made. We typically have a couple of them laying around. But it's great because all parts of any vape are going to, they're going to go after a while. Atomizers burn out, batteries die, they're being charged nonstop. I mean, even your phone that you pay thousands of dollars for,
That's
that
right.
dies
Absolutely.
after a certain amount of time, So, and there's no warranty on that, so not a lifetime one at least. So I really am glad that we offer that program, and it's nice that people appreciate it because a lot of people really easy for pens to be replaced quickly and seamlessly, and we try to be as transparent as possible with everything when it comes to the warranty. So.
Absolutely. We have found that, we haven't really had any problems with the KindPen in our store. We've had a couple of people have some minor issues with them, but we have sold thousands of these things, I believe, and different types of them over the years. And we've had very few faulty ones over the years. And in general, I imagine the stores probably find them before any customer would, because we all kind of test a lot of the stuff beforehand, which makes it really helpful. But by and large, I have found that it's one of the most comfortable products to stand behind when we're selling a vaporizer, because we know that they're going to get a good vaporizer. We know that they're going to get a decent warranty, so that if something does happen 6 months or a year from now, the money they spent is going to be worthwhile and backed up by something. And that makes it really comfortable to sell for us and comfortable for our customers to buy. And I think almost everybody in our store uses at least one, if not a couple of the KindPens. And we could start talking about some of those because you have so many of them. We love so many of them. There's 510 carts. Everyone's all into the 510 carts these days. And
what does that mean as someone, because you need to educate?
So 510 is actually the thread count on the end of a cartridge that has oil in it. CBD, Delta 8, some other aftermarket options.
So it's the size.
Yes, it's the size of the thread, and it's basically just a battery, that this screws into. But there's different ones, and they're not all equal.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely not. And at higher education, people come in all the time and they ask us for batteries, and we don't have the super cheap batteries that you can find at the gas station, because we want something you can stand behind and isn't going to work just one time. So instead, we carry KindPen because they're high quality, and we know that when a person buys one, they're going to get, a lot of life out of it before it finally dies on them, if it were to die on them. And all of the KindPens we carry all come with their own chargers and everything. So when you buy a KindPen, you get everything you need to use it, unlike some of those gas station pens where you have to buy a charger if you want to use it later and all kinds of attachments.
So interesting, because I have bought a KindPen from you guys and I lost the mouthpiece to it. So what? I'm just shit out of luck.
Well, so no.
No, we could get your replacement too.
Yeah.
Well, because it's you, you're shit out of luck. But if it was anyone else, you could come on down and we get you a replacement piece. But because it's Ashley D, fuck her. That's how we say. Damn. That's how it goes around here.
So it depends which pen it is, whether we need to replace your whole pen or just the mouthpiece part. But for the most part, when it's a mouthpiece, we can just send you out a mouthpiece. Because usually we don't make our stores stock those replacement parts, just because, we don't want them to have to have them all laying around, and typically stuff doesn't fall apart. But mouthpieces, we have 700 of them just sitting around, 700 different types, and thousands of mouthpieces sitting around the warehouse. So we can definitely get you one out. And that's pretty much it depends usually what the product is, whether we would have to replace the whole thing. But then that's why we have a lifetime warranty, because literally our warranty, for the most part, even if you lose something, if you have proof that you purchased it, then the warranty covers that also. Practicing warranty fraud.
Absolutely. The pens are very reasonably priced. There's a great warranty on them, so we'd like to keep it that way, and we're hoping that people respect those warranties. We have a couple of them here in the studio with us. The 510 threads that we were talking about. We have the Slim Pen, and we have the Pure, and the Mist. So, all right, we're gonna talk about those things, but first we're gonna try them out personally. So, we're going to take a break right now. We're going to hit our pens, and we'll be back after these messages with Coffee Talk.
CBD.
We will help you with your anxiety. We'll pick you up when you're feeling low. And nothing costs a pocket full of dough. Relax your body. Free your mind. Higher Ed is the place to find
CBD.
Let us help you with your anxiety.
Now offering curbside pickup and shipping direct to your door. Just call to place your order at 434-293-PUFF. Higher Education, Charlottesville's CBD Superstore since 2017, providing high-quality CBD and education about all its amazing benefits. Higher Education, because CBD is a lifestyle, not just a greener trend. Be careful and smoke at home. And remember, Share the experience, not the pipe.
Higher education is still open, so come in.
Best prices, best selection, most knowledgeable. Higher education, Charlottesville CBD headquarters. Welcome back to Coffee Talk. We're still not coughing because we all have KindPens.
Quiet. Dawn's not used to
My
that.
throat feels amazing.
I don't really like quiet. It's a little disturbing.
But you like the KindPen.
I do like the KindPen. And the cool thing is if I'm not hacking, I can talk more. You know, because if I cough, I forget what I'm saying sometimes. And I don't really like that because I got a lot to say. If you haven't figured that out yet, I'm always talking, even in my sleep. Do you guys talk in your sleep? I talk in my sleep.
I don't know because I'm sleeping.
I don't think I do.
I talk in my sleep.
I think maybe I've yelled in my sleep, but that's the extent. I don't think
You don't carry on conversations like Dawn.
yeah, not
I don't really even need people around. I carry on conversations with inanimate objects, you name it, with my notebook, you know. Sometimes.
Which one of these KindPens do you use, Dawn?
I prefer the Pure.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
It's small, so you can fold it. The Slim Pen's nice, but it's so long you can't fit it in your pocket.
Yeah, I like the Slim Pen. It feels like an ink pen. You know, put it in my shirt pocket. Perfect.
And then of course,
the slim you guys have there, is that the buttonless slim or the Slim Whale Premium with the button?
With the button.
Yeah, that's definitely the better of the two for our purposes.
so could you tell us a little bit about the Slim Premium? What makes it such a great battery?
So I think that just like the size of the battery itself, like the actual physical size of the battery that is so compact and just portable, but also on top of that portability, you get an actually really strong and sturdy, mechanically sound battery.
Right.
So typically you don't get those two in one, you know. Usually you're sacrificing the portability or, you know, the discretion of the device for the power of the device or the strength of it. And that battery is so small and actually goes up to like 3.2 volts in temperature. And then on top of that even has a preheat to it. So it can withstand being preheated with the 2 clicks. And when you preheat it, then that can make your oil a little bit warmed up so that it's easier to use in the long run. You don't have to really drag so hard, and you're not going to get as harsh of a hit. So that kind of really helps as well. When you do the preheat instead of just the bottom, but the Slim Oil Premium comes in definitely a close second for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And can you tell us a little bit about the Mist as well?
So the Mist actually has the same size, strength-wise battery as the Slim Oil Premium, but size-wise, it's just a little bit. It just varies a little bit because of the square shape, really. So some people prefer it.
Better for sticking in your pocket.
It definitely seems to fit in the palm of your hand, without you even being able to see it's there.
Yes. So I would say typically, I don't want to, discriminate based on gender, but typically men prefer the Mist. In, going through all the times that I've gone to, trade shows and sold the products, typically men prefer the Mist because they're not carrying a purse 9 times out of 10, so they're putting the device in their pocket. Women are not usually putting the pen in their pocket. They're putting it in their purse. So typically a woman will not care too much based on the actual device, and I think the Slim Oil Premium is a little bit like more aesthetically pleasing, but the Mist is definitely more compact for pocket size and palm size.
Right.
See, I think I would like this one, when concerts and stuff come back around, and
it's very
you can take
discreet.
it. Yeah.
But you might like the Pure too, because that one's also compact.
Okay.
The cool thing about that one too is it kind of fits right, there's like a little pouch we all have in our bras, and that thing is so small that fits like right between there. I'm just saying, it's nice and perfect, you know. It does. Look, it's perfect.
I'm like, baby, let me hit that thing.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you can sell hits off that shit. I mean, right there. You know, you used to let guys do shots between your boobs. Now we're doing like, you know,
hell yeah,
vapor
like
hits
it.
between the tits. Woo! I love this. Vapor hits between my tits. That's right, with Ashley D.
You're going to need to get a sign that says that.
I think that might be the title of this episode.
Vapor hits between my tits. I love this. All right, so I like the Pure, and I noticed that the Pure actually has higher voltages than the other ones. So this one actually goes up to higher temperatures. Why would that be better?
Well, so now, especially with the increased use in Delta 8, which if you guys are familiar with it and have seen it,
absolutely,
it's a really thick distillate. Typically, like my feedback that I've gotten, we don't really specialize in Delta 8 because it's kind of so new, with how people now all of a sudden are using it. But from what I've seen, it is a very thick substance. So a device like the Mist or the Swim Oil Premium, that battery is just so small that sometimes you're going to come across an oil that battery cannot heat. So then that's where a device like the Pure that has a little bit larger in size, like by no means is it huge, it's actually pretty thin, but just a little bit larger in size to actually be around the size of somebody's palm. That battery will be able to heat almost any oil that you come across between the magnetic adapter that really protects the cartridge, and you don't have to unscrew and screw in the cartridge constantly when you're charging. You just pop it out when you charge the device and then put it back in when you're ready to use it. So between that and the actual size of the battery, then that battery, you're not going to come across many oils that it won't be able to heat. So that's one of our stronger batteries, which is why, it's a little bit higher in price point as well than those other two smaller ones. But it's definitely, if you're an avid oil smoker and you're, switching carts all the time, then you want to invest in a little bit larger of a battery.
It makes sense. And I love, like you said, that little metal piece on the bottom, because it's hard to get those threads on there sometimes. Thread your cart in there, and having that little connector piece is nice. One thing I've done recently, and you can tell me if this is a good or bad thing. I think I enjoyed it, so I'm going to call it good for now. But I got a cart, and I couldn't find my 510 battery, so I took my Dream Pen apart and used its battery. And that thing hit like a champ.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad necessarily, and if the oil in your cart was a very thick distillate, you should be fine doing that. But it is something that we would recommend not to do all the time, because you would risk different things have different burning points, obviously, different vaping points, obviously. So depending on what it is that's in that cartridge, there's going to be a different vaping point for it. And then if you're vaping over that temperature or that voltage, you're really burning those essential materials that are in that cart out of the cart itself before they're being absorbed into your body. So you don't want to
kind of a waste.
Mess around with that because the Dream is such a strong battery. Like, the Dream is crazy strong, and that's for a solid product to be able to really vaporize a solid product. So you want to be careful with that. But it's in a pinch, it's awesome to be able to use, and I know a ton of people who do it, but you don't want to get too much of a habit, because then you could also burn out the coils on your cartridge too. So you want to be careful there, because you don't want to burn your cart out before it's empty.
Absolutely. I love my Dream Pen, and I usually use it as a concentrate, but I had we got a Delta 8 cartridge in from one of our someone gave us to check it out, try it out, and try the sample. And in a pinch, I was like, shit, I just want to taste it so bad. And I was impressed that it actually worked. And I actually did get to enjoy the flavors, which was nice because I was a little concerned that it was going to burn out the flavors. It was a nice OG, I think it was a watermelon, watermelon OG, and it was very nice and fruity. And I actually got to enjoy those flavors, despite the fact that the pen was, a crazy hot pen. But, again, so we've been talking about the 510 batteries. We just talked about our slim premium. We talked about the pure pen.
Mist and the pure.
And the mist. And you mentioned another one to us, which was called the breezy. Mm-hmm. All of those are awesome cart pens that can be used for CBD, Delta 8, and other smoking oils that people choose to use. Mm-hmm. But KindPen also has more pens. They have, as we were talking about, the Dream Pen, which is fantastic for wax. I love this pen. My favorite part about it, and this is really pretty silly, but you can see little volcanoes erupt inside of it. So I used to use a different pen that you had for wax. It's, I believe, the V2W. Mm-hmm. Which is a nice pen, but the mouthpiece is covered, so you can't see the hit you're taking. And it turns out that I'm not proficient enough to figure out big hit, small hit until it's too late, and I choke myself. I was trying to use the V2W, and sometimes I wouldn't get any hit, sometimes I would get a huge hit, and I would, be very... It was just so inconsistent for me because I didn't know what I was doing. So I went and invested in a Dream Pen, a little more expensive. And it has this glass lid, which is perfection itself. So it tastes awesome because you got glass in your mouth instead of metal or whatever garbage they put on there. And then I don't have to taste my own spit because there's this little spit catch in there, which is good because apparently I am a very moist lady. And then...
So weird.
I love how you describe things.
I'm very figurative. And then you put my wax on there. I went to take a hit. The button's at the bottom, and I don't know if you'd call it a button or just a heat point or something, because when my hands are cold, it doesn't work so well. It makes this little volcano, it makes a little like atom bomb eruption. And it comes up like a little mushroom cloud. And that's when you know it's time to hit it. And then it just, it's fantastic and mesmerizing and wonderful. And
yeah, you've been buying that pen for a long time.
She's been using that pen for a long time.
And it is like one of my favorites in general because I'm a very aesthetic. Like I'm like really into how stuff looks.
Yes.
And that is definitely like the best looking pen that we have between, like you said, the glass mouthpiece and how it has that high gloss finish on the outside.
Yeah.
And it has technology that we've had that pen for so long that when we first came out with it, like that was like really up and coming kind of thing for a vape to have, like you said, a touch. It's not a button, it's a touch sensor. So when your hand is cold, it won't work as well because it needs to really know that that's your hand so that like it wouldn't just start heating up if it's in your pocket or in a pocketbook or even sitting on a table standing upright. It won't begin to heat up.
And that's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. We've had so many customers tell us about heating things up in their pocket with these cheap pens that they get. And either they get burned on their leg or they waste their material or they get fired, because of something happening. And that never happens with this pen. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
It's one of the reasons we love it so much. And even when you buy it, you get an extra mouthpiece. So I've had customers say, oh, no, I'm rough. I'm too rough. I won't be able to handle that glass mouthpiece, and I'm rough, so I understand that concept. And every now and then I've broken mouthpieces here and there once in a while. One of the things I do, which is my little cheat, is I put a hair tie around the mouthpiece. So if it slips and falls on the side, it doesn't break it anymore. And it works perfectly. And, I'm a woman. I need a hair tie every now and then. So, it works great because I carry it everywhere I go. It's sitting down here, it's sitting down there, and it's highly likely to get knocked over. A lot.
Yeah. That's a really good idea. I'm gonna actually steal that idea from you.
Absolutely. That's for free. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
So my personal...
Yeah, at least I told you I was going to steal the idea. I didn't just go ahead and
I love it. Yeah,
talk about it on my own podcast.
There you go.
That's a completely original idea. My non-coffee talk podcast.
I'm going to be looking for you.
Episode. Googling that.
I don't know. You're from New Jersey, right? I'm a little scared. You guys are tough up there. We're just hillbilly Virginians down here. I don't know if I want to mess with you. We all good old boys down here.
So back to our original, we kind of got off topic, but
that's okay. It's fun. Off topic is more fun than on topic sometimes. And this is bound to happen when you smoke too much or vape.
Yeah.
And Ashley D is always fucking smoking. This girl just doesn't keep a pipe out of her face. I swear. That's why nothing gets done around here. She's always smoking. You don't even understand what we have to put up with her. You just don't know. But we still love her. She's cute. You got to keep around the cute young people. So,
That's definitely true.
And she's bright red right now, and that is my favorite fucking part. Yes, once a week I can turn Ashley D red. That does not sound good, but you know what I mean.
So Seth, were you gonna talk about your favorite use, or what were you?
I don't know. We started talking about marijuana, and all I keep thinking about is my my Truve.
You're a purist then.
Yes.
I'm a regular.
He's old.
The Truve is definitely, a lot of people's go-to. It's really, it's a giant chamber on there. What is it? What is it that you like the best about that pen?
I keep it in my car, actually, and it's like one finger, you turn it on. Well, once it's ready to go, it's, turn it on and inhale. I can do that while I'm driving, as opposed to, trying to smoke a bowl where I'm driving with my knee and lighting a pipe and trying to pretend that I'm not actually lighting a pipe because somebody might be watching me.
Yeah, so
it's just putting something in my mouth, and from that matter, I feel like I could be vaping
putting something in his mouth. You heard that, right? We all heard it. Just saying. What?
So
inhaling off of a very discreet-looking device.
Yeah, that's a lot of people's. I'm not advocating for smoking anything while driving. But a lot of people's
you got to do what you got to do.
Factor for that pen. I've actually talked to so many people that they say that their primary reason for using a dry herb vape in general is just because they use it when they're driving because they don't want to smoke something else. A, either they don't want to stink up their car, or B, they also don't for discretion reasons. So that's definitely a popular one. And again, that chamber is so big on that pen that you can kind of leave it packed. And all you have to do is just take off the mouthpiece every so often and rotate the herb around to really get an even brown. But you can kind of leave it packed for a while, and you don't even have to clean it out or anything because it's such a large chamber with the built-in screen. So that's definitely a lot of people's favorite. I really like the DZ more for dry herb use, just because it's a little bit smaller of a chamber. And Dawn, you'd probably like that it has the glass mouthpiece, since you like that with the Dream, and especially when you're using dry herb, you want to preserve the flavor as much as possible. So the glass mouthpiece really does help to make a little bit of a difference, as well as the chamber itself being ceramic, like quartz, instead of a titanium chamber. So,
very nice.
So that really, really makes a huge difference in taste and flavor.
So it sounds like higher education's about to have a new vaporizer?
Yeah, I'm surprised that you guys don't have that one at all. But
well, apparently we're going to have to order it after this podcast.
I'm definitely going to say I'm going to send you out one so you can take a look and see it. Because I'm surprised that you don't have any.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. I would love to try that out. It sounds great. I actually have used a Trouvé. I did. Now, when my son was younger, he went to a private school, and I used to have to go to that private school into a private campus, and many, many young teenage boys would come running over to your car. So the desire not to have my car smell was very, very important to me, because lovely private Christian school probably would not appreciate the smells that would come, oozing out of my vehicle. So I used a Trouvé so that I could pick my child up from school and enjoy lacrosse games and wrestling matches on the campus without being, harassed. And I thought it was fantastic. I'm not, I was so impressed with it. People never caught on what I was doing, and everyone just seemed completely content with me having a little black box in my hand that, appeared to be either, just a regular vaporizer, I guess they thought, quitting smoking.
They're good to take to the zoo too.
Or concerts.
What concert you going to?
I'm not saying
I'm just saying.
Now, but I've had my Trouvé for years.
You can go to the zoo now, just so you know. It'll be fun.
I don't know.
You don't like the zoo.
There's animals in cages.
Other people.
Oh, there's people at zoos. If they were in cages, I would go.
Yeah, that would be better.
Now, you put some people in cages, I might watch that shit. That sounds fun, but I don't really like the animals in cages thing. That makes me feel sad.
Well, they're already there, so I take my kids there to see them.
You don't shove extra ones in cages? Because sometimes that's just fun.
They're already going to be there, so I'm just going to go look. I'm not trying to advocate for anything on my Saturdays or,
I make everything a pain in the ass. What can I say? Well, I think we've done a really good job talking about all the amazing KindPens.
But yeah, thank you so much for having me. And I would, any time that have any, more non-coffee talk episodes, and I'd be happy to join.
Awesome. We'll definitely have you on again before too long, because you have lots of knowledge, and this has been a lot of fun. And I look forward to seeing the new vaporizer. We'll try it out, and maybe we can talk about that some more.
I'm going to get that out for you right now, actually.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So everybody out there, if you're interested in any of the wonderful KindPens available, and there are many, the Premium Slim, the Mist Pen, the Pure, the KindPen Trouvé for dry herb, the Dream Pen for wax,
and the V2W.
Or the V2W also for wax. All of these pens are available at Higher Education in Charlottesville, 619 West Main Street, Charlottesville, Virginia, or Richmond, 2307 West Carey Street, or online at highereducationsmokeshop.com. So come on down and check us out and see some of these amazing vaporizers and how they're going to help save your lungs.